Midian was many days east of Egypt, and there at a well, Moses met Zipporah, my sister-in-law. It seems there's a long tradition of our ancestors meeting their wives at various watering holes. He settled down and probably thought he would spend the rest of his life as a shepherd, entering the family business of his father-in-law Jethro. He named his firstborn son Gershom, which means stranger or alien. My brother never forgot that he was an Israelite, that our homeland was not in Egypt or Goshen, but was the land that had been promised to our ancestors through a covenant with God. He never forgot that our people had been strangers in a strange land and that we longed for our homeland where we could be free. But God, Jehovah, Yahweh, El Shaddai, the God of our ancestors, had a greater purpose for my brother, a purpose that only came clear on the day that Moses saw a burning bush. By that time, we had found out where Moses was living, and my brother Aaron had made several visits to Midian. Both Aaron and I were called by God to be part of the great and holy history of Exodus, a time when our enslaved people would leave our bondage and be set free, not by the will of the Egyptians, or not by our own strength, but by the will and promise of Yahweh. I sometimes wonder why it took so long. I wonder about the hundreds and perhaps thousands of my people who died while still enslaved. I know that their legacy is in my bones and their trauma lives in the hearts of my people. And while I celebrate the freedom that Yahweh gave us, I mourn for the loss of so many generations buried in the sands of Egypt, dying while wondering if God heard their prayers and their groans. Perhaps looking back on these events, I can hope that others who come after me, maybe even others who find themselves born under the oppression of the enslavement, will have hope that God's mercy and justice overcomes hatred and prejudice. I can hope that they will continue to pray and work for deliverance, even as they keep their dignity and pride, even as they lift up their culture embodied by their very bodies, deep in their souls, as we did in our own way and in our own time. I was born in Egypt, but I am not an Egyptian. I was born enslaved, but I am not a slave. My name is Miriam, which has several meanings. For some it means salty or bitter, but I think of it as tears, the tears of sorrow for my people, born in bitter enslavement. But for others, it means beautiful or beloved. And I think of myself as beloved of my people and my God. It is a name of nobility, and in the future, I believe my people will continue to name their daughters Miriam or Mary in memory of me.